Hello and welcome back to Cooking with Marianne. It is just around the corner to Christmas time, and what better recipe to make today than cranberry orange bread. It is one of my favorites. We've made it for several years and it's actually very, very easy to do. I think you're gonna love it. Let's get to it. So first, we are going to take 1.5 cups of flour, 1 teaspoon of baking powder, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, we're just going to mix that all up in here, get it blended so there's no weird clumps, and set that aside. Then in our bigger bowl, we are going to cream 6 tablespoons of butter. I'm using salted butter. You don't have to use salted butter, but I like it. So, all right, and to that we are going to put 3/4 cup of sugar. All right, we're going to cream these for just a couple minutes. Okay. So that's probably as far as I'm going to take it. It's not going to be completely creamed like you would normally do for some of these quick breads, but you do want to have it softened beforehand. Mine wasn't quite as soft as I thought it was. That's okay, it just took a little bit longer. Now the reason that you cream the sugars in with the butter is because it creates little micro pockets in that butter, allows for more expansion. Really good stuff. So you do want to do that. So it is worth the effort. And to this we're going to add 2 eggs. That's pretty good. All right. If you ain't made a mess in the kitchen, you're not doing it right. So now I'm going to add some orange zest. Now, if you have a fresh orange, by all means use that. I don't happen to have one, so I'm going to use some orange zest that I got off my oranges last year. And if you're going to do it this way, I'm probably at like 1.5 tablespoons. I'm just gonna break it up there because you don't want too big of chunks of your orange zest in there. You just want to taste the flavor, not get a big bitter chunk. You know what I'm talking about. Nobody likes that. Oh my gosh, I can smell it! I can smell it! It smells so good! Okay. I'm gonna dump that in my dry mix. Give that a quick turn. And then start them in. Now, as with all quick breads, you don't want to overmix it. So be very, very careful that you don't mix and mix and mix and mix and mix, because that's how your bread will it will flatten. Doesn't quite lift right. So I'm gonna add a little bit of about half of the milk. Well, I'm gonna wait. I didn't do quite as much as I thought. Let's do a little bit more of this flour mixture. Then we'll do a little bit more orange juice. About half of that. Okay, I'm gonna put the rest of the flour mixture in there. Give it Just one quick turn and the rest of the milk. And the rest of the orange juice. Now make sure that you get all the way to the bottom. Can't tell you how many times I have thought I was doing it well, and then you go to pour it in the pan and oh my gosh, there's a whole bunch of dry mix right at the bottom. So make sure you get that in there really well, but don't overmix it. This is kind of a thick batter, but it's gonna work out really good in the end. All right, so now it's time to put in our berries. These have been rinsed and all the bad ones picked out, of course. So they're all nice and pretty. I'm gonna stick them in a little baggie here with about a half tablespoon of flour. Now the reason we're doing this is so that through the baking process, it gives them kind of like little floaties when you're in a swimming pool, so they won't sink to the bottom, because drowning is not good either. So you're not going to taste it, it's going to bake right in, but that's why we do it. And again, we're going to just carefully fold it in. We're not going to mix. Got to keep all of that good lift going, but there we are. And that's all there is to it. Let's put it in the pan. Oh, I'm going to do it this way, aren't I? Woo. This is a regular, just a regular loaf pan. You can do muffins if you'd like, if you'd rather do muffins, or little miniature loaves. Those are really awesome to give away for Christmas gifts. I've done that before. They freeze very, very nicely, and they thaw very, very nicely. So if you want to do that, you can do that as well. I love what you can do with cranberries, and it's so sad that they're seasonal, but that's why we enjoy it when we can. Just gonna spread this out a little. As you can see, it's fairly thick. Get over there. But this is gonna be really yummy. Okay, so it really is one of my Christmas favorites. I've made this for years. I get the beater. Okay, later. We're gonna pop it into a 350-degree oven for about 45 minutes. My oven cooks insanely hot, so I have to turn mine down a little bit, and I'm gonna check it in about a half an hour. Use yours as you will. So let's get to it.
Perfect.
All right, our cranberry bread is done. Let's get it out of the oven. Look at that. Now we're going to let it cool for about 10 minutes and then remove it from the pan, let it cool all the way on a rack, and then we'll add our glaze. All right, now that our cranberry orange bread is cooled, we're going to make the glaze that goes on top. All right, I'm going to add 1 cup of powdered sugar. And typically, I will make an orange glaze for this. Today I decided on a whim we were going to do some more cranberry. Now this is homemade cranberry sauce that also has orange and some sugar in it as well. So we'll just skim off the top of that, and I'd say probably, what, a tablespoon? 2 tablespoons. We'll start with that and see how it is. Yeah, with the haunted wonder. Okay, that wasn't nearly liquidy like I thought it was, so we're gonna add some more. I probably got about a half cup in there total. Let's see if that does any better. All right, give it a little taste test. It's actually really good. Okay, now we're gonna glaze it. Now, I have eaten this bread plain before, just no glaze, no frosting, no nothing, and it is actually just really good. It is very delicious. You don't need this. If you're watching the sugar intake, you can totally skip this step. It's a-okay. It's got plenty of flavor. It's got plenty of sweetness. It's just got a good balance to it. You don't have to do any of these, but we are today, so you can get it all. Should we dig in? Should we dig in? Oh, I love the edges. I love the crispy edges. They're so awesome. I didn't cut all the way down. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that great? I'm gonna eat it. I don't even know if I'm gonna put it on the plate. I might just eat it from here. Y'all can watch me. It's terrible. You don't want any. You don't want it. That's gross.